Princess has got a fabulous history. Maintaining the heritage of the brand is absolutely vital. But that doesn't mean that you can't be brave. When we start a project, one of the first questions I ask the team is, what's new? What is going to be the thing about this that people are going to say, gosh, nobody's ever thought of that? In Princess, we relish trying to figure out how to rethink the way we do things, rethink how we do naval architecture, rethink how we do design. To innovate is to do things that the others are scared to do.
It's always exciting starting any new project. The original scribbles on a bit of paper where we could do this on this deck, and then this on this deck, and then this on this deck. It just kind of seemed to go on forever. The main challenge of this boat really is its proportion. So 95 feet long, to be able to get the main saloon and a huge flybridge with an air-conditioned sky lounge encased on top is actually quite a challenging proportion to work with. So from quite an early stage we realised it's a chance to do a completely new layout that we hadn't looked at before. So I think that got everyone hooked, and got everyone thinking about, well, actually, is this possible?
It's incredibly exciting, the feeling of creative freedom you get when it is a completely clean sheet of paper. The sheer scale of the design challenge, and we didn't want to be restricted at all in what kind of layouts we were looking at. We wanted it to be very airy, very light inside, have a good flow between indoor and outdoor. To do that, we wanted to include an unprecedented amount of glass. So there was a lot of negotiation there between Gerard and myself and the structural engineering department as well.
The challenge there for us was to make a hull that would support the weight of that volume of accommodation on that waterplane. That requires innovative ideas. We didn't limit ourselves to the type of hulls that we had previously designed. We took this whole series that we had developed and used machine learning algorithms, and that allowed us to meet the requirements of this new challenge. We had never produced a hull that looks like this before.
The challenging proportions of the boat meant that we had to really think again when we started to pen the first profiles. It needed to be something completely different. And we work really, there's a sort of design triangle that's going on here, both with ourselves. We've got Olazinski, and we've recently introduced Pininfarina into that mix.
When we started designing, it was like something that we never seen before. So we spent a lot of time sketching, designing, studying new shapes. And the core element was this ribbon of the flybridge that was connecting the flybridge with the hardtop, and this was giving a nice dynamic shape to the boat, something new, something that was never seen before.
From an interior styling point of view, we started from scratch effectively and set a completely new styling language for this. Because of the specific proportions of this craft, it just meant that there was so much more flexibility for how far it could go. So I can remember being in review sessions and you have 30 different designs on the wall of how that could look. And we're narrowing that down to 4 or 5 before they get developed that little bit further. What we tried to do was wrap the furniture into the exterior geometry of the boat to create a sort of a fluid movement of how you would transition through these areas.
She's got probably 30% more internal volume than any other 95-foot boat we've designed. So the temptation is always to fill the volume. but actually we wanted to create a really architectural interior on this boat. So we deliberately didn't want to fill the space. We wanted there to be a lot of design elements in there, but when you walk in, it's a sum of all the parts. It's walking in and going, there's something about this. I can't put my finger on it, but it works.
With every yacht that we work on, you're always trying to push the boundaries, so it's not okay for it to just be good. It's got to be as close to perfect as it can be.
The X95 is the ultimate living space, both inside and out. In terms of volume, in terms of comfort. She's architectural, she's different, and she's going to make heads turn.
The X95 for me is a boat that's very different from anything we've ever developed before. The most exciting thing of all is to build the thing.
You never grow tired of seeing that first hull arrive in a production facility, and actually you can stand inside the thing that was on paper 3 months ago.
We couldn't have really foreseen from the outset what this would have looked like at the end. And that's the beauty of the design process. You start off with a blank sheet of paper, you end up with something that is really remarkable at the end of it, that no one in the world has seen before. It's a brand new concept.
I am incredibly excited by this product. If you walk through that build, you feel like you regressed to being a child in a candy store. It's so exciting to see it coming together, all of the little details, and as they come together you just realise that this is going to be one of the most potent offerings that we've brought to market in our 54-year history. So it's very exciting.